Hi guys, Flozen here. I have something really interesting for you today, as I'm eager to create this one for a long time now. But before that, I highly appreciate you guys if you share your thoughts during or after this review. While at it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. That would mean a lot, as creating this list requires serious calibration. Huge thanks for Akhtar, a fellow beta player, on helping me out adjusting and tweaking this list, as well as Prox1MA to share his thoughts, experiences, and judgment to solidify the list. Liking this game ever since beta, and here we are now today with Global, I would want to give you guys ideas and advance your gameplay when it comes on Guild Boss. So, I'm going to discuss certain heroes, why they are in this tier, and how far their potential can go. Personally, I'm very surprised for some heroes that I've ranked, though this is not the final version yet. Of course, there will be changes and patches that will deter the list, and this is based solely from my actual experience and takeaways. You're free to disagree, that's part of this session, but I just want you guys to discover stuff. With that being said, let's start this guild boss tier list breakdown. For B tier, Slackdo. I know, even though he's high up in PvP and PvE, his kits just don't stand out here on Guild Boss. He's got direct damage bonus, but there might be a better attacker to claim his spot on your Guild Boss team. Karid. He's really good before and during Global, but he badly needs Horrified debuff to maximize his damage potential, so he's not advisable. Horus and Gramdhi, damage wise, they just don't fit here in this dungeon. As you can see, other heroes here in this tier are mostly supports. They pretty much prioritize to protect your team, enable them with control effects, and sustain them with healing, which is not really the great place in Guild Boss. We're looking for damage, great amount of damage. Let's go ahead and review A tier. Brynhild. I need to say she's good on her heavy sword form and her passive, direct and crit damage bonus, but her other kits won't do impact here. I think she can reset all of the cooldowns of her allies, but that would be on her third exclusive, which would require 150 mythic shards, and that's a lot of push. There are much better mythics out there than Bryn for you to place here in Guild Boss. Dario sure provides good damage, but there's no other enemies aside from boss to stack his passive. Zachzulu, Jennifer, and Lester can do a high AoE damage. Those are really effective in PvE and PvP, but unfortunately not in Guild Boss. Schilder can do a 60% defense break on his basic attack once the exclusive one has been upgraded. Aside from that, all of his skills are shield based, so not advisable. The same thing with Frey. Carrie is a single target burst, but the turn meter decrease is not very effective. I know it's brutal for some players to be hearing these, especially the ones who do bunch of rerolls. I share your pain, guys, because I've not summoned a good guild boss hero in global yet. But it's still good if you have these heroes because they can be of use in other contents, and that's for sure. Let's go ahead and continue. Fiona. I put her here because she can buff 40% attack and take advantage of control effects. Since boss can flick stun, it's advantageous for her. Other heroes here are very AoE dependent and will not do that much of an impact, so we'll go ahead and skip them and proceed to our A plus tier. Let's start with Nordak. The reason why I put Nordak here is because he can buff HP increase that can greatly enable HP burning team. Margarita, she's a good damage dealer. She's also got crit damage buff for her team on her exclusive level 2 when she casts Blade Dance, so that would be really helpful for the team. Natalie, she can stack damage for herself when she inflicts bleed. And also, what I noticed is that she stacks bleed to a team more often rather than single targets, so she's gonna stack bleed slower compared to other bleed users. Eric can do defense break, and he needs another burn hero to be effective. The same thing with Anna. Biseden, as I can see here, he can be higher, or in between A plus and S. His buffs are supreme, and he also got reduced resist debuff to enable dot dealers and other debuffs. Walter, really good poison damage, very effective on other contents, but the poison is greatly designed for AoE burst. Taff, I'm still not convinced that he's a support with his kits. He's got deep poisoning debuff that's going to be really helpful, but the healing effect buff and dot cleanse, that's rather a waste for his kits. Still, he can enable poison dot, so he's going to be awesome on this tier. Sylvester, he does have good damage, and he'll also have passive crit damage bonus for the team, so it would be a blast to have him. Oboro and Mori, both excellent single target specialists. Other heroes here, majority are epics, you can definitely review their skills, and trust me, they are surely usable in Guild Boss. Once their exclusive has been maxed with good equipments and artifacts, they can deal surprising good amount of damage. Alright, let's go and proceed to S tier, where the suggested heroes are here with enormous amount of potential and can definitely skyrocket your damage dealt with their ways. Let's start with Nita. She stacks poison so fast, and she even have pursue ability to make sure the poison will still be there. She's also got deep poisoning debuff to amplify the poison damage. Overall, she's a full package for this dot. Ulcaster, with his great amount of basic attack damage, and with his 60% defense break debuff, he can complement to any team. Luna, she's got all the supporting kits out there except for speed buff, but still, she's a key support to deal great damage here. Madlaina, excellent hero. She's mainly AoE, but the damage from her skills cannot be ignored. Plus, she's going to have bonus piercing damage and extra damage for the enemies with Primordial Seed on her third exclusive. Elleena, counterattack buff slash hit buff to self. That's beyond helpful. She may not need to boost her hit because of this buff and just focus on her attack and mastery. Ariel, powerful single target destroyer. Yoko, with that focus stack, she's going to wreak havoc, as her crit damage will improve greatly. Sigmund, with his passive counterattack and HP burn, he's very versatile and can be used here in Guild Boss once that HP and mastery has been pumped. Luz, I gotta say, he's worth to be here. He's got 60% defense break, crit damage and crit rate bonus, and that extra damage of him that caps at his attack is really painful. I have him currently maxed at my beta account and he's doing really good in Guild Boss. I'll go ahead and create a video of him highlighting his damage real soon. Nid Rold, another bleed master, and he can convert direct damage to bleed damage. Does this mean even a basic attack from a support can be converted to bleed damage? And this is rather intriguing, and I have not tried him myself just yet, but with him having multiple attacks can be an advantage here in Guild Boss. Valentin, a heavy single attack burst, removes control effects to self, has an armor break, crit and crit damage bonus on that exclusive level 3. Probably the potential can't be seen now because he's way cooler with his exclusives. Turf is a serious poison attacker, plus his counterattack buff can make sure he's capable of doing consistent poison. On top of that, he deals bonus direct damage to targets with it. Definitely want to try this guy. Senna, AoE or single targeted, she's got that direct bonus and speed bonus, so she's capable anywhere, I guess. Plus, she's have that 50% crit rate buff to her team when she reach exclusive level 3. Serena, I don't want to be against this hero. When she stacks her feathers, she's going to be unstoppable and that bonus damage will benefit her in Guild Boss. Hoff is real good. He has HP burn, effect resist reduction, def break, tenacity break, almost all of the reduction debuffs you need in Guild Boss, he has it. He's going to be really handy because that tenacity break seems painful with defense break combined. Phocas, that extra turn proc in his exclusive level 3 is the dream. Very useful anywhere, provides a bonus turn meter, he's really helpful to stack the damage higher. Gunner, I'm surprised about this guy, because when the enemy has burn debuff already, he can put HP burn instead when he takes direct damage. Works like Melia, but with a twist. Also, he can put deep burn once he got his exclusive level 3. The only guy can do it, I believe so. I wonder how much damage amplifier that deep burn has, but with his passive here, I'm sold already. A very versatile dot and tank.
Gustav actually has a huge amount of basic attack damage. That 480% is insane, and 15% HP reduction to self will just enable him to pierce through the guild boss. Greta, perfect single attack burst. Her 60% def break and good feebleness debuff would surely be of use.
Lastly, Lamb. I mean, he's got his own dot. That damage every turn is crazy enough, and when he stacks his HP more, he's gonna deal more damage.
Let's go ahead and cover this SS heroes because I'm really concerned about Hisaro being up here. Of course, Melia, Melkio, and Zonja would be an automatic, but this guy is sneak his way to SS tier for me. He's got average damage for sure, but from the latest power up, this guy went crazy with his bleed. Passive skill provides 140% bonus bleed damage overall when max. Then he's got this third exclusive that will benefit himself again with 20% direct damage bonus and 15% more bleed damage. Those amplifiers are fire. I mean, bleed has maximum of 10 stacks, and when he consistently reach the stack, it's going to be a nightmare. And I'm sure Akumen will always be in guild boss since he's farmable in market. Augment can reset all of the dot that makes this guy powerful and consistent enough to deal his damage. He's got insane self-development and this is perfect in Guild Boss. I want to see someone abuse this guy in the future. And it's totally fine if you guys disagree and it's super cool if you guys agree, but Hizero really has huge potential. Basmok, the not too quiet demon, is wrecking anyone on his way, making sure everyone is dead with his extra turns. Though he won't be using that extra here, but this guy has juicy stuff other than that. He can attack 8 times, dealing 205% damage each once the exclusive level tree has been upgraded. And Guild Boss is not going to like it. In fact, Guild Boss is going to hate it if there would be a Phocas beside him to repeat this attack or Ben Austin to stack up his lightning. Dude, Basmok, 100% in this year. See ya! Are we still going to talk about this monster? Of course! She's uncontrollable right now when she buffs herself concentration increase, and that bursting prowess is meant to be in Guild Boss. The same thing with Maeve. Piercing rate is insane, and that guaranteed death break on exclusive one. Oh, I think she can use her slumber mark as well to slow down the boss a bit, but overall, I'll welcome her in SS tier. Lastly, Gohanna. When can I get this hero? I mean, when? I've been playing this game for so many months and I still don't have her. She's super useful anywhere and I'm not going to be surprised if she's here in SS sipping coffee with these monsters. What's good about her? Just that 40% speed buff on her exclusive level 2 that will make her team go frenzy mode. God's here and we're still hungry guys. I appreciate you still watching up until here. I appreciate your every thoughts and suggestions you can share on the comment box section. We're going down with God's ears, let's go. Lucifer, probably the best single target damage dealer in the game. That's it. No sweat and hands up. He's the reigning MVP ever since beta. Only guys that he needs are the ones who can enable him further, and that's Ben Austin. Ben Austin is a fast-paced hero that can burst down a target easily. With his exclusive level 3 ready, he's going to cast King's Majesty unlimitedly, making his team attack the guild boss with their basics. Indeed, the best offensive support in the game and also perfect in PvP. Next is Lucia. Time would tell how this hero can do wonders here in Guild Boss. Reason is, her basic attack has a high chance of inflicting bleed when she hit crit. Almost a guarantee and she's gonna stack her passive to increase her speed and bleed perfect to abuse the boss. Plus her Spirit Blade Outburst can guarantee to inflict 2 layers of bleed and has 5 stages of 50% piercing rate. Upgrading her exclusive level 3 increase the bleed stack further, the most efficient bleed user in the game aside from Hisaro. Catherine. Cat's definitely the most versatile support ever for me, and she enabled her team offensively and defensively. Her team will greatly benefit from her counterattack buff, and that attack debuff from boss can be cleansed when her turn is ready. She also have feebleness debuff that can greatly weaken the guild boss and make sure every hits are solid. Last and final hero is Megan. Fresh as new, one of the hardest single target damage dealer. Can do self buff and has passive that can enable every attacker. One thing that I'm really amazed about is her exclusive level 1. Her basic attack can lower the cooldown of her piercing spear, just like Sia's. This may mean she can use her piercing spear more and more often than usual. This piercing spear skill is no joke. with Law fully stacked, Ben Austin beside her, and that exclusive level 3 earned, it's going to be a boss killer. Really like to explore more of her stops in terms of damage, but just by the appearance of it, she's an easy god tier. There we go. Once again, thank you guys for watching this review. If you have suggestions, just drop it down on our comments section box. Had an awesome time breaking down this tier list, simple and short, but I hope you guys had fun and had formed strategies on how to boost your damage in Guild Boss. I just want to remind as well to not feed the Legos as much as possible. They might be rusty now, not helping your team, but the game usually bring them back to the table. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel as I really appreciate the support. I'll be seeing you around. Happy gaming.